Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for another 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days tell-all. Okay, and I'm gonna do 1 and 2 all into one, and there's another one that comes on next week, but it's not a part 3, it's something else, but I'm still gonna talk about whatever they talk about on that episode as well. And then we're gonna do 90 Day Fiance the other way and Smothered, you know, later on. I don't know whether I'm gonna put them out tomorrow or tonight, but you know, I might just do 2 videos today and then 2 videos tomorrow to kind of spread it out a little bit. But either way, y'all gonna be getting all of y'all 90 Day Fiance fix from me, please believe me. Now let's go ahead and get into this tell-all part 1. First of all, Ed worked on my nerves immediately, okay? Let's just put that out there. Before it even started, he was working on my nerves. Yolanda let everybody know she might have had COVID right before everybody was finding out about it, but by the grace of God, okay, she is here to pretend like she was so in love with Williams. Why did they not talk about how everybody was saying that her storyline was fake? Sean, why did you ask her if her storyline was fake? Why? I guess they feel like, shit, we've been here the whole time, we know it ain't fake. I hate Darcy's blonde wig. I hated it. I feel like Darcy always needs brown roots, okay? It brings out her skin tone more when the roots are brown and the hair is blonde, okay? But she came with this wig on and I was just like, okay, Darcy, you know, I know some of y'all like the wig. Not me, was not a fan. Avery and Ash were supposed to be together during the tell-all, but they're not. Guess what? They broke up. Child, they should have broke up during the season. After he did that misogynistic seminar explaining to us about how our brains work differently, I just really wanted her to leave him alone. I wanted it to be done then. But apparently Ash gives her the best of her life. You know what I'm saying? The best of her life. Because she was willing to fool la la with him, shout out to Funky Dineva, for a little bit longer. But once she got back to the States, it was over. She was like, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this trip. But see, once I get home, I ain't got nothing else for him. Like, you know that's what it was. So Avery tells everybody that she and Ash broke up because he lied to her face. And y'all, I don't know why, but Avery is not very good at expressing herself during this tell-all. Because the way she was stuttering and stammering, you would have sworn she was lying about something. Okay? That's just the way she was coming off. But she says that she was doing this diet and he was supposed to be doing the diet with her and he was lying about it. And everybody is like, girl, a diet? You losing your shit over a diet? And it's not even about that. I understood what Avery meant. It's just the point that he continues to lie all the damn time. Even if it's something small. When you already lied about big things and then we work through those issues and here you are lying about small shit again, and I'm not even in the same country or on the same continent with you, then yeah, I would have trust issues and I wouldn't trust him at all. I wouldn't have trusted him just based off of how he rolled. And I think Avery just wasn't good at expressing that to everybody, that he's fake and phony and he wants everybody to see him as this good guy, but really he's a dog, okay? Like, yeah, I'm sorry. Ash is full of shit, and I don't like the fact that a lot of what was going on in this tell-all seemed to give people who felt like they were shitted on during the season their second shot. And I didn't like that, because you were shitted on for a reason, okay? And the fact that we didn't even talk about the misogynistic, you know, little shit, why didn't we? I mean, that better be on this third part. I really need to understand why y'all didn't talk about that, because that was one of the main reasons why everybody was so turned off by Ash. I told y'all he had crazy eyes and y'all ignored me, okay? And here we are at the tell-all, he crazy. She crazy too, but he's crazy. Lisa works on my nerves because she keeps interjecting and trying to saying that Avery is being petty. And I'm like, I know you're not talking about somebody being petty, okay? Because you met somebody online who is kind of sort of a little famous, got a little notoriety, so people follow them because of their music, and you lose your shit over that. That's petty. You're petty, Lisa. You're super duper petty. And we seen that she got her another African man to fetishize. And y'all gonna keep letting her do it to y'all. Then Sean brings up how Avery said Ash was the best sex of her life, and then he sits there and laughs like a jackass. And it's like, child, you know how much good dick is attached to toxic ass masculinity? Like, okay, so what? Like, I know a whole bunch of girls that had like the best sex of their life with some of the worst relationships they ever had in their life. So what was that? What was the point of that, Sean? Make me understand. I was mad when she said that shit, because I was like, that made him feel good about himself, and he don't need to feel good about himself right now. I don't like ass, y'all. Anyway, so Rose comes on and she needs a translator, and Sean asked her, why do you feel like you need a translator? I said, Sean, why are we asking questions we already know the answer to? Like my girl Annie explained in the pillow talk, when you are emotional and you want to express yourself easily, you want to do it in your native language. So it's easier to have somebody who could just, you know, reiterate what you're saying, instead of having to stutter and stammer trying to find the right words to use when your nerves all bad. And see, y'all done already pissed Rose off. Rose was mad from the gate, okay? She didn't like how Ed treated her from the gate, okay? She was embarrassed by the way he treated her. And then, y'all, oh my God, don't even, we gonna get to it. Hold up, let's go step by step. Day by day. So Ed lies and says that Rose hit him up on Valentine's Day, and then he pulls out these screenshots that supposedly she sent him. It was very confusing at first, but he was like, I was willing to risk it all. I was willing to risk my relationship with my daughter. I was willing to give up my relationship with my daughter all over again to be with Rose. And I'm like, well, sir, that's the issue, don't you think? First of all, your daughter is an adult. So make me understand how you giving up a relationship with a grown-ass woman, you know, when you're in a relationship. But that's because your daughter feels like you're a pervy, you know what I'm saying, little cretin messing around with 23-year-old girls. Like, let's be very honest about that. Okay, whatever his daughter's name is, Tiffany. Because she came on there trying to make Rose look like the bad person, like Rose was lying. What was Rose lying about? I have yet to find out what was Rose lying about. Somebody tell me. I don't know, okay? Then Ed tries to bring up the relationship that she had after their relationship was over, which was with a girl. She has a girlfriend. She has a girlfriend. And it's like, dude, like, what, you want us to gay bash her because she has a girlfriend? Like, get out of here with that, Ed. And she was like, yes, because I wanted to move on. And, you know, it was a rebound for her. They're not together anymore. But the fact that he brought that up like the public was going to shame her for it, it just shows you he's always looking for the opportunity to embarrass her and make her feel like shit. And then he gets up there and says that he wasn't trying to make her feel bad so he can make himself feel better. Yes, you were. Because you have low self-esteem, and the only way for you to feel like a man in a relationship is for the woman to feel like shit about herself. Get out of here with that, Ed. That is exactly what you did. And Tiffany come on crying and talking crazy to Rose, saying Rose was a liar. She knows her dad lied about his height, but they FaceTime, so how could he really get away with lying about his height if you FaceTime with him? I said, you do know that being on FaceTime does not mean you can tell somebody's height. You do realize that, right? I have done thousands of videos at this point, okay? A good 2,000-3,000 videos probably at this point. And most of y'all don't know my damn height. What are you talking about, Tiffany? Your daddy is a perpetrating creepy ass liar. Creep, 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 okay? And I'm annoyed by you coming on here trying to make Rose look like the bad guy, when the whole reason why you didn't want him to be with Rose because she was a 23-year-old young woman. Younger than you, bitch. Younger than you. But see, y'all want to believe that Rose was just with your pop for money. But if Rose was just with your daddy for money, then she would still be with him. She would still be dealing with him, talking to her crazy and telling her to shave her legs and, you know, confusing her ulcer stank breath for teeth stank breath. Like, he would still be treating her like the scum on the bottom of his shoes while feeling like he's exalting her because he's spending money on her. Tiffany, you need to take your ass somewhere to therapy so you can deal with whatever issues you and your Paul got, okay? Because at the beginning he was saying he would have gave you up to be with Rose, and now he's saying that he was wrong for that. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. He's just trying to save face. And 90 Day Fiance, that B90 strikes back. If you think we give a shit about hearing what Ed has to say about what we said about him, you got us fucked up. Just saying. Then Rose throws out there that Ed wanted her to do video sex with him for money. She was crying and upset, and he was like, well, what's wrong? She was like, oh, you know, things are just really hard here. Y'all know she lives in, like, you know, deep, profound poverty, right? And she says that he offered her money. And he was like, but he started turning red. I don't think he thought she was gonna say that. All that laughing and shit don't make us think that she's a liar and you're telling the truth, Ed. It honestly makes us think you're uncomfortable because somebody just put you on blast for being the creep that you are. Okay? We can tell. We know. We've been here the whole time, Ed. We know you a creep. No need to try to save face. Then he says that, yeah, he did mess over her with some of the things that he was doing. His daughter explained to him that he should have had his own STD test done and had that for her to say, hey, I've done it. Can you do it as well? And that's what we were all saying. When you're in relationships with people and you want to have unprotected sex, or even if you just want to have sex, because they got a whole bunch of stuff you can get with a condom. So yeah. You know, it seemed pertinent or important for people to, you know, have STD tests before they engage in sexual relations with one another. It's responsible. But what you don't do is feel like you don't have to take an STD test, but she does because you don't know everything about her past. She's 23. It ain't that much of a past, Ed. And you got a whole 50 years, okay, of being a creep and probably putting mirrors on your shoes to look up girls' skirts and shit. You know, you that type, all right? You may not have been in a relationship, but you can't tell me you ain't paid for some puss along the way. Can't tell me that. I won't believe it. Then he talked about how he wasn't used to hairy legs and the women in California. Where are the women in California that you rub legs with? Show them to us. Out of here. Then he starts talking about the rat and how cold the water was and just complaining about her living conditions. And it's like, you're like laughing at the fact that she lives in poverty. Throw him and his chicken nugget ass out of the door, okay? Throw him out. I'm over it. Him and his daughter. Rose don't like anything about Ed at this point. I said because women make allowances for men when they're in love with them or they have emotion for them. They will make allowances for things that they don't necessarily find attractive. But let you make that woman feel like, you know, scum on the bottom of your shoe. You're ugly. You're ugly. She told me. You're ugly. You're ugly. I hope that means I love you. Nope, it means you're ugly. That's what it means. So y'all, then we get into Yolanda and her scammer Williams. And David says that she set herself up to be scammed when she met, you know, somebody on social media. I said, David, my dude, you've been getting scammed for like 5 years now. What the hell are you talking about? We're gonna get to him. But Yolanda and David are so hypocritical in the way they were judging each other, as if both of them are completely in denial and out of their damn minds. Like, Yolanda still has feelings for William, and if he would call her, then she would, you know, still have all those feelings coming back. You never met him. He threatened to put nudes out of you if you didn't send him money, and you refuse to believe it's him even though he's the only person you sent the pictures to. Come on now, Yolanda. Red flags all over the damn place, and you ignored them all. For what? For a man that you can't even touch? Make it make sense for me. Make it make sense. Yolanda, you are too nice looking for you not to be able to find some buff ass dude straight out of jail that's looking for a nice warm hole to crawl into, okay, that will cook dinner for him, that has grown children, that's out the way. There's some dude getting out of jail, okay, that is for you, Yolanda, and it ain't Williams, okay? Child, they bring her daughter on there and the PI, and they talk about how the username that Williams used on Instagram has been used by other Nigerian scammers. And Usman wants to speak up for his people and say that, you know, scammers don't stay with you for that long. I'm gonna fuck up the accent. But he said the scammers don't stay with you for as long as, you know, this scammer has stayed with Yolanda. I said, Usman, shut up. He's Nigerian. Deal with it, okay? Talk to your people about scamming every damn body. Talk to them then, okay? We can't sit up here and act like it's not happening, okay? Y'all need to find another way to make money besides scamming folks, okay? Lisa give us all her information on the Yahoo boys and how she gets 300 Yahoo boys a year. I'm like, and you so proud of that, but really they look at you and they probably feel like you have low self-esteem and you will be so excited by the slightest mention of somebody wanting to lay down with your ass. Like, and in all honesty, it seems to be true. Like, child, Lisa works on my nerves, but they played a clip of William's voice and Usman says that it's not any particular Nigerian accent that he is aware of. You know, it's not from the Igbo tribe, okay? What he said, I forgot it. So many the other Yoruba tribe. It was 3 tribes that he talked about, and I'm familiar with them, but for some reason I can't think right now. But either way, he said it didn't sound like any of those accents. I said, Uzman, we know you gotta, you know, represent for your people. We understand, but you sound stupid. We are all aware that whoever Williams really is, he is probably a Nigerian scammer. Erica and Stephanie, y'all. Stephanie just turned everything around on Erica, and I actually was annoyed that they brought their friends on, because Stephanie's friend is sitting in her house in the pandemic, getting drunk, acting like a crazed bitch. Okay, I did not like her at all. Somebody should have muted her ass, okay, because she had all this fever and all this smoke for Erica, as if Erica is the one that did something to Stephanie. Like, no, that's not how any of this went, okay? Stephanie perpetrates and pretends to be a certain type of person online, and she's not that person in real life. Then she expects for people who she talks to online to have watched every one of her YouTube videos so that they would know that she used to be a stripper. Mind you, she has to keep reminding us about her sickness, but you was out here shaking your titties in somebody's face? Make it make sense. Because the homegirl was going off about how Erica should have done her research on Stephanie's illness. And Erica was like, I did do my research, but Stephanie should have opened up her mouth and said what it was from the beginning, instead of pretending like it was one way before she got her ass on the plane. That's what Stephanie has been doing their entire relationship. Perpetrating. Okay? Heather. Go find something to do, because you worked on my nerves. They talk about how Erica found messages in Stephanie's phone. She says it's her fans. I'm sure. I mean, I see her on Twitch, so it might be fans, okay? Whatever. Erica had to keep reminding Stephanie's friends that they were not there. So how can you go off about something when you weren't even there, okay? And I don't know what y'all was watching either, because we was all watching it, and nobody felt like Stephanie was some damn victim. Sean asked them about their intimacy issues, and Stephanie really never let it get there. And she's like, well, I didn't know you. You didn't even know my dad's name. It's like, do you know how many people didn't fuck somebody and don't know their people name? Another thing is, I feel like Erica seems to be the type of person to not ask a lot of questions. She offers up information herself, so I think she expects Stephanie to offer up information as well. It shouldn't be I have to ask you everything in order for you to tell it to me. But to me, if you've been talking to somebody for 3 months and you're gonna get on a plane and risk your life to fly all the way to their country, the least you could do is fuck. I mean, is it just me? I just don't understand why you would travel that far for somebody if you weren't sure you wanted to be intimate with them. Like, do you know how many phone sex sessions would have had to happen before I got on a plane to go somewhere? Like, I don't understand, y'all. I don't understand. Steph starts screaming about how Erica is a narcissist and she's self-centered, and you know, they're done talking. And I was like, that was you trying to shut it down before we got in your ass, right? That's what that was. Stephanie, you didn't shut anything down. Nobody's blind. You're the narcissist. You're the one who has a mom who's always doting on her, so you can't be a grown-ass woman and be the person that you pretend to be online. You're fake, you're phony, and if anybody's a narcissist, it's you. Erica, you got issues, but those ain't it. Your closet is really adorable. Your whole room, super adorable. Just saying. It was a great background. Her closet was very well organized and colorful and everything. It's like a Lisa Frank coloring book in somebody's room.
Supposedly that's the closet that the brat.
You said supposedly that's the closet that the brat was hiding in. Child, cause you ain't never lied, okay? The brat is definitely hood Lisa Frank, child. Remember all of them braids and twists and yarn and shit she'd have all in her hair? Child.
We're talking about how she was supposedly not gay and now all this stuff got on.
Child, I don't know who thought that. I guess, like I say all the time, she came out talking about a whole lot of Tyrese all night long. And all of a sudden, you not a lesbian? Girl, you been a lesbian since it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, because the brat's at the door. So funkified, so So look, we real Brat fans, so you know I've been having a crush on the Brat since the 90s. So yeah, for her to act like we didn't know, and your mama been in denial for 40 fucking years, but you know, whatever, that's off topic, y'all. Sorry. Tom and Darcy. So Tom left his girl hanging to go and see about Darcy. He wasn't very honest about that girl who he was all over social media with. He wasn't honest with her about the fact that he was trying to get back with Darcy when he went to visit her. He's a player. He be trying to be a player and stuff like that. And I'm just kind of looking at Tom like, you're so lame. I can't believe these women fall for it. But they think just because somebody has an accent that must mean they're a gentleman and all of that type of shit. And I'm not fooled by any of that. Okay, I don't care how many ascots you got in your damn dresser drawer. Okay, I don't care about your accent. I don't care about your perfectly coiffed hair. First of all, Tom is still smoking cigarettes, so can we deal with that? Like, what's wrong? Y'all need to stop with that. Lisa, anybody else on this show that's smoking cigarettes, what's wrong with y'all? We didn't need that on camera. I mean, it's okay, but we didn't need that on camera. It just looked like it stink. Darcy says she feels as if Tom strung her along. He absolutely did. He absolutely did. I think Tom just wanted to be on this show. I think that's all it was about. Because as soon as he got on the show, come to find out, he didn't been messaging all the women on the show trying to get with them, okay? Including Lisa. Yeah, baby girl Lisa. But I think he recognized that she is somebody that will turn against women to buck for a man, okay? Because she's pathetic in that way. So I think Tom recognized that Lisa was somebody he could have on his side. So he reached out to her. But the other women, he reached out to Avery. That's why he didn't want to be on camera, y'all. At the end of the first tell-all, when they were going through him and Darcy's foolishness, Avery comes up and starts to say how she doesn't feel like he's an honest person. And then he clicks off and has to go and smoke a cigarette because he doesn't want to be put on blast for going around messaging all of the women on the show trying to go to dinner with them and go on dates. Apparently, he was talking to Avery. And Avery was like, you know, we can be friends. She had just broke up with Ash. Ash told her that Tom sent him screenshots of their conversation. But really, Tom called Ash and asked him if they were still in a relationship and said that he wanted to date Avery or he wanted to ask her out, and she said yes. He told this to Ash so Ash would get mad. And then Ash calls Avery talking about, oh, I seen the text messages, so that she wouldn't be able to say that she didn't do anything. He was trying to act like he had evidence that he didn't have. And then Lisa turns around and tells Avery she needs to apologize to Tom for saying that he, screenshot the conversation and sent it to Ash. No, she doesn't. Ash needs to apologize for being a fucking liar. Lisa, you are so aggravating to me. To sit up here and watch you demean and diminish Usman the way you do. He can't even say anything. And you kept trying to shut him up because you didn't want him to let everybody know that you called him a nigga when you got mad. That's what that was. Don't think I didn't peep that shit. He was trying to express that to everybody, asking, do all American women do you like this? Okay, he was trying to ask that question and she kept shutting him down. And then you want to come to Ash and Tom's defense. Two of the most lying ass, obviously cheating men on the show. Okay, Tom is obviously a cheater. You can't tell me nothing different. And Ash is obviously a cheater. You can't tell me nothing different. Okay. It's just the way they roll. They come off like just because you haven't found out about it doesn't mean it didn't happen. And Lisa, it was so bothersome for me to see you bucking for these two very problematic ass men. But you're problematic, okay? Child, ooh, she worked on my nerves, y'all. Sean brings up how Tom treated Darcy, talking about how she gained weight. He apologizes to Darcy, but Darcy said, oh, it's cool. I got that revenge body popping. And she stood up and showed him how flat her stomach was and shit. And I was like, you don't have to show him anything, Darcy. When y'all first met, the pictures he showed you, he was much smaller and skinnier. But when y'all met in person, he was gobbled turkey neck down out this bitch, okay? Did you bring attention to the extra shit that was happening here? Did you? No. Okay, so you should have been paying attention and saying something to him about how he was all fat and out of shape and shit when you met him the first time. Sit up there and tell that girl she didn't gain weight. Ugh. Ash Ash, y'all, it pissed me off because he's mad at Avery for whatever reason. Well, you mad at Avery because Avery peeped game and said, I don't have to deal with this, so I'm not gonna deal with this. Men like you are so used to feeling like y'all can actually mentally and emotionally control a woman because y'all are in good shape and you talk a good game. So whenever a woman tells you, yeah, no, I'm not being mindfucked currently, no, not at all, y'all get upset and y'all want to act out. And that's when, you know, it shows how misogynistic and, you know, just primitive in thinking you really are. But Ash was mad. That's why he lied to Avery. Oh Lord, you ain't nothing but a liar, boy. Tom says that he wasn't really trying to get with Avery. I said, boy, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but we all know that if Avery would have gave you any type of attention, you would have tried to have sex with her. Like, cut it the fuck out. And then he was talking about how beautiful Stephanie is and how she's the one he really wants to date, and he reached out to Lisa, but he wasn't giving Lisa those vibes like he wanted to have sex with her. I'm like, yeah, because he was being strategic. He needed somebody to be on his side during this tell-all. Okay, that's what the Lisa conversation was about. Please believe that. Angela has done the same thing on previous seasons and previous tell-alls. Okay, so I think he noticed Angela and Lisa being the same type of personality and how you can basically get these mindless dumbass women to buck for you. Okay, in a tell-all, if you act nice and throw a few compliments their way, they're gonna feel like, oh, he was nice to me, so I'm going to defend him. Like, not realizing that he playing with your mind in the first place. Lisa says she doesn't like the fact that the ladies ganged up on Tom. Oh God. Like, Lisa, please go away. Tom, you a messy ass bitch. And that's all I got to say about it. So Lisa and Usman, okay, I told y'all Usman was trying to ask, you know, if other women are as disrespectful as Lisa is. And she kept interrupting him. And then they get on the topic of how Usman blocked her on social media, and he was like, she blocked me first. She was the first one to bring the blocking into the relationship. So when she started acting crazy, I block her ass too. I said, Usman, I'm not mad at you, brother. I'm not mad at you at all. Ed starts to chime in and talk about how Lisa bulldozes her way through this relationship with Usman and with everybody else. She's a bully. Like, they always think that there's some fat white lady that, you know, everybody's supposed to be scared of them. You know, oh, she says how she feels. Make the fuck out of here with that. Anyway, Avery says all American women aren't like Lisa. And Lisa says that's why Ash dumped you. And I'm like, you know, Lisa, you can throw that out there all you want to, but Avery will always be more attractive than you. Even when she becomes 53 years old and wants to lie and act like she can still have children. Like, Lisa, cut it the fuck. You can't have no children for Usman. What is you talking about? They get into this conversation about Usman wanting to bring in a second wife to have a child. And he was like, there's no discussion about that. If Lisa can't have a child for me, I'm going to have a second wife from my village who can have a child for me. I said, child, that second wife might as well be the first one. Y'all know polygamy is legal in Nigeria. But I was just looking at Lisa like, you so stupid. You know you can't have no kids for him. Talking about if. Ain't no if. Ain't no if. Like, cut it out, okay? It is a real possibility that Usman is gonna find him a nice, beautiful Nigerian woman to impregnate, and you know, you will be the white lady that he married, but he don't never really see that much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to go ahead and put them divorce papers through. Lisa started to go in on Ed about how he treated Rose, which was the only thing that I agreed, you know, with Lisa about, which was the way Ed treated Rose was terrible. Usman asked her to calm the hell down, okay? And then she brings up how he was talking to some porn star on Instagram, and he was like, I wasn't like trying to fool with the girl. She, you know, she don't even live close to me or nothing like that. He said, I was talking to her because she was promoting my music. So yeah, she got more followers than me. Of course I'm going to answer her back. Of course. Which, me personally, obviously I would understand. But I also feel like Usman probably is, you know, flirtatious and probably doing things that Lisa wouldn't be comfortable with in these conversations. But I don't think that Lisa isn't doing the same thing. Like, the fact that she picked up another Nigerian man so quickly makes me feel like you've been talking to other people this whole time as well. But it's easier to control a man if you can make a big deal out of every little thing he does, so then you can make him the bad guy and you're the victim. So he's always going to want to try to make you happy because you've made it seem like he done fucked over you. That's what she does. I can already see it. I saw this video of her and the new guy, and she was talking about how good the food was in Nigeria, and I was like, you ain't say that when you and Usman was eating. But but whatever. Lisa says she doesn't think that, you know, she was physically cheated on, but she does think he's had inappropriate conversations. And they get into the conversation about the wives and all of that. And Avery was trying to understand how Lisa can be comfortable with him taking a second wife, but you're not comfortable with people sending him emojis. Like, bitch, hello. Okay, balance it out a bit. That's not balanced at all. And she was like, because the marriage to the other woman wouldn't be legal in America. He was like, but I don't live in America and I'm not coming to America. And everybody was so surprised by that. But I was like, let me tell y'all something. Africa did not have nearly as many cases of coronavirus. As a continent, didn't have as many coronavirus cases as America or Italy or China, you know, all of these other places. So I think that happened. And then with everything else going on here in America and all over the world, I think Usman is like, oh, I'm safe right here in Nigeria. I'm gonna stay right here. And I feel like you should. You should. You're safer there. Everybody be thinking coming to America is so much better. And child, we trying to come over there. They asked Lisa if she's gonna move to Nigeria, and she was like, well, that's private between me and Usman. I said, what? Something is private between the two of y'all? Really? We have seen y'all post flagrante delicto, which means we've seen y'all after y'all had sex, and you want to sit up here and tell us that that's too much information to share, whether you're gonna move to Nigeria or not? Girl, that's if you're gonna be on 90 Day Fiancé the other way next season. Y'all, Lisa is a hot ass mess. So y'all, then we get to David. David tries to get online with Lana, but Lana is not online on the site. I said, what happened to that iPhone you bought for her? I thought y'all was supposed to be talking off the site now, and he's still getting on that site looking for her. Lana never showed up to the reunion, of course. David says that they are engaged, but Lana isn't very communicative. And this is when I started to appreciate Ed, because Ed was saying everything that everybody else was saying watching this shit, okay? He doesn't understand David going on a site to talk to her after he got the phone for her, okay? And why is Lana still on the website? I thought that you getting her the phone and proposing to her was supposed to get her ass off those sites, but she's still on those sites. And then David tries to make excuses for how, oh, just because one man says he loves you, it doesn't mean that you get off. And she talks to people when she's, you know, sad. She talks to those people on that site. And it's like, no, Ed, it's a job, honey. It is a job. That is how she makes her money. And the only reason she met with you is because y'all were on camera and they didn't want to make that site look bad. But we find out that David has been shopping for women from the Ukraine since '95, okay? And he's talked to thousands of Ukrainian women, spent $300,000 or more over the years, traveling back and forth over 20 plus times. Please explain to me why you haven't just moved to the Ukraine and stayed your ass there and just, you know, paid for them girls to come in and out like any old pimp or, you know, trick does. Because that's all you are, is a trick. Like, how have you been talking to all of these women for all of these years and you haven't found anybody, but yet you're still on this roller coaster ride? David, you need therapy. You need medication. You need help. You're a pervert. You're a creep. And something is wrong with you. And that's just it. When they ask him about the iPhone, he says that Lana's nails were too long for her to use the phone. And that's when Ed just couldn't take the shit no more and started busting out laughing like, are you serious? Are you serious right now? He was dead ass. Ed wasn't letting up. So David was about to leave. So that forced him to have to apologize. So he apologized. Then Caesar joins us because Caesar knows all about shopping for Ukrainian puss. He knows all about it. So Caesar comes out and Caesar talks about his expertise and how those women on those sites talk to 50 plus men at a time and how you can talk to as many women as you want to as well. I'm just like, okay. They asked Caesar if he ever met with Maria, and he says yes, he actually did finally meet with Maria. And she just gave him a little peck on the lips, and then that was it. He went home and then she started asking for more money, and he was like, no, if you're not gonna give 100%, I'm not going to continue to give 100%. And I'm like, Caesar, I hope you're telling the truth. But even if you are not going to continue on with Maria, you're going to find another woman. It's going to be the exact same situation because you don't have enough self-confidence to be with a woman that you would have to be with face to face. And that's all it is. Same thing with David. It's so much easier for you to be a white man with money than for you to just be a man trying to find a woman. You know what I'm saying? It's so much easier for you to pay for it than actually having to put forth the effort and act like a, you know, a regular human being. When Yolanda said that David was in denial, I could have passed the hell out. The pot calling a kettle, or the kettle calling a pot. Like, I cannot with y'all. And then at the end, David said that he and Lana aren't together, but they're still engaged, but they aren't together. I said, then you're not engaged. You gave her a ring and a cell phone, and she still ain't talking to your ass. Yo, these people crazy as hell. Crazy as hell, y'all. Just sad and pathetic, but entertaining nonetheless. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love y'all so much. I can't wait to see what else they have that they didn't show in these, you know, first 2 parts. I can't wait till next week to see, you know, what else they have. Is it next week? I think it was next week that that's supposed to come on. Next Sunday it's gonna have another part to the tell-all, which isn't a part 3, but more conversations from it. I don't know why they didn't just call it a part 3. Child, we'll see. But either way, I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video with your people, and I'll see y'all.